Hello, this is Gina with Quiet Cottage Moments. Thank you for joining me today in my cottage kitchen. It is May 5th, Tuesday afternoon, not the morning, and I'm so glad that you're here. I have my coffee and the pleasure of your company, and I'm blessed to have both. Let's take a sip and we'll get started. So today's mug is the See's Candy mug, and it says quality without compromise. Established in 1921, I think that's what that says. It's either 1820 or 1920. I think this is 1921. A long time ago, over 100 years ago. And this is not a paid promotion or sponsored or anything. I just like See's Candy. And it was a treat growing up in California having See's Candy. You can find it sometimes here around the holidays, sometimes at the airport. They have someone in a kiosk selling that, or I've even seen it at some of the big department stores, but it's not the same. You don't get to choose which ones you want. You just get your random assorted, whatever it is, chewy candies or creams or nuts or something like that. So I was thinking about what to talk about today, and have you seen a lot of videos that are going out around that are about these, what they call cakesicles or cake pops? Now, when you think of cake pops, I think of like a popsicle stick and a little round cake ball on it with icing or something. And the kind you get like at Starbucks or whatever, which I've never bought there, but I have made cake pops before, years ago. And I have had cake pops at like a women's church retreat. We had some really yummy ones. And now they have molds that you can buy off Amazon or other probably places that they look like a fudgesicle, like a popsicle shaped, like a what would you call it? Like an arched top, and you have a stick in it. It looks like a popsicle. They're called cakesicles. And there's videos on how to make them, and I thought about, wouldn't that be fun? Because you can evidently it's pretty easy to make. You're gonna bake your cake like a sheet cake or something, or any cake, and you crumble it up as soon as it comes out of the oven when it's still hot, and you use your KitchenAid mixer, your mixer, and you're going to put like the paddle attachment on, and you're going to smush it all up. And that makes it nice and compact that you can put into those molds to form them and put your stick in. And I don't know if you refrigerate it or not. I haven't gotten that far. So I mentioned that to my husband. I thought, wouldn't that be fun? It'd be fun to make those for the grandchildren. But he said, he didn't think they were such a great idea, because he said with a cake, with the slice of cake, you want it to be moist and, I don't know if fluffy is the right word, but you don't want it to be all compact. Whereas like in a cake pop, a small cake pop, it would be okay to have a compact bit, because it's like a bite, 2 bites maybe, 3 bites if you're going to nibble. And the cake pop would be, oh my goodness, probably depends on how big a bite it is. It would be more bites. It's bigger. And the ones that I have seen online, they have people, I guess they're called treat makers, and they make these cake pops, cakesicles, along with some other things, and they most of them don't use chocolate, or even like the Wilton melt things, those little candies. A lot of people use almond bark. Now I thought, almond bark, So I looked that up. Actually, almond bark does not have almonds in it, but it could be made in a place that has almonds. But it's called almond bark because it's the kind of, some of it's chocolate, some of it's not. It's the kind, what they used to put on almonds. If you had chocolate covered almonds, that's what it would be. So the ingredients are kind of nasty, kind of like a lot of processed stuff. And they're very pretty though when you melt it, and you can put colors in, and you dip they melt it like in the microwave, like in a cup, and then they swirl the colors and they dip their cake pop in, and then they kind of wipe it so it doesn't drip, and then they just put it there to harden. I think it takes I think they said it takes not an hour to harden it. Then they wrap it up, or they box them up and sell them in these party packages. So I thought that'd be kind of fun, but then I looked at the ingredients of the almond bark. It's not terribly healthy. Well, cake's not terribly healthy either. But but if you made homemade icing, it would be less preservatives if you used butter and heavy cream or cream cheese and powdered sugar, that kind of thing. Cocoa, that kind of thing. It's more natural ingredients, I guess you could say, rather than, all sorts of weird preservatives that you've never heard of. You can't pronounce those. But they sure are pretty. What I'm confused about is most of these treat makers, when they make their, I'll have to see if I can figure out how to show you what I mean. I don't know how I can do that. But they make all kinds of decor on the cakesicles once you get them with the initial color, or with the multiple colors, like a tie-dye thing. And then they drizzle, using the same chocolate, they drizzle it on there, drizzle designs, or they make edible embellishments like flowers, butterflies, who knows, anything you could think of. And then they stick it on the cakesicle, and it's pretty, but it's made out of the same chemical stuff that the almond bark is made out of, that the coating is. And what I don't understand is, okay, how am I gonna? I wish I had a prop. I don't have a prop. I'll have to pretend this is the cakesicle. This is also what you dip the cakesicle in. Pretend this is a cakesicle, and I have my stick here, and you want to put something on. Let's say I want to put this on, and here's my stick. The ones that I've seen, they put 99% of them put let's say it's a goose. They put it upside down. So then when you're holding it facing yourself like this, you want to eat it, the goose is upside down. The goose is facing, all I can figure out how to say it is, you've got your stick, you got your cakesicle, and it's the goose, the Winnie the Pooh, the little frame with a teapot in it, things like that, they're upside down. So they're right side up when they're flat. But when you pick it up to eat it, it's upside down. I mean, the cake's not upside down, but the picture or the embellishment, the fancy chocolate bit, the numbers or the, I don't know, words, whatever they put on, it's upside down. So I've been meaning to comment on one of their videos saying, is there a reason that's upside down? Because I don't know about you. That would bother me if I ordered, and they're not cheap. They're very expensive. If you ordered that for a party and then they were upside down, I guess they eat it. You can't eat it upside down. No, it's just, I don't know. It's just odd. So there's those cake pops that are popular, and then they use the same, like almond bark, whatever, which isn't really chocolate at all. They dip marshmallow treats in it, like Rice Krispie treats. But they buy them in the boxes. They unwrap them and they stick a stick in. They let that harden. And then they just dip it in the same stuff, and then they put the fancy stuff on it. But it's just a Rice Krispie treat that someone bought. Or, which is even easier, is you can get a mold, like just a circle mold, put some of that almond bark stuff in, stick an Oreo in, and then put almond bark on top, and let it get cold in the refrigerator, freezer, whatever it is. Then you just pop it out. Sometimes people put sticks on those. And I'm thinking, I guess I don't see the appeal to it. I mean, I could see the appeal to the cake pops, but they have party packages, and good for them for having a business. But I don't know if people understand that 99% of those things, they're not made with chocolate at all. They're made with processed who knows what. And I don't know if I would hope that they'd say this is not chocolate covered, because this kind of looks like it's chocolate covered. You can get like a dark chocolate almond bark, you can get a white chocolate almond bark, but it's not really chocolate. It's fake. And the party packages, like you can get, I don't know, a dozen of these cake pops, a dozen of the Rice Krispies, a dozen of the Oreos. It's like $300, something like that. And I'm thinking, whoa, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for those things. But if people want to pay it, that's fine. I understand. But I just don't understand why the little pictures are upside down. I mean, would that bother you if you were eating something and it had a picture of a goose? It had a little goose on there, like a little candy goose that they made. Wouldn't you want to look at the candy goose while you're eating? Why would you want to look at your candy goose upside down? Candy goose upside down. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand the appeal of these things. Back in the day, we had, for birthdays, we just had the mother made the cake. On rare occasions, they would get a bakery cake. But it was not a big thing like nowadays. It wasn't, you see videos of people spending, I don't know, thousands of dollars on parties for children. It was nothing like that before. It was just, you played pin the tail on the donkey, you played tag, you played, swap the little gift, things like that. It seems like it was simpler. And I don't know. What do you think? I hope I didn't insult any treat makers, but to me it makes absolutely no sense that they're upside down, and I don't know. I think I'm being really negative in this video, but I don't really mean to be. I just don't understand it. I don't understand, and I don't understand dipping smashed cake into some processed goo and then people buying it. I don't know. Ugh. I'm having an off day, I think, but I don't know. That's my video for today. If you've seen those little cake pop shorts or the videos, I'd be interested to know what you think about them. I think I wouldn't mind them if it was like real chocolate, if it was healthier chocolate, but with the fake stuff, I feel like it's just poison. Don't you feel like when you eat, I guess cleaner's the word. I hate that's dumb, because hopefully all our food's clean. It's not dirty food, except the dirty rice. But don't you feel healthier? I feel like adding something like this would just feel like you're putting garbage in, you know what I'm saying? You're making yourself unhealthy. And I can't even imagine it tastes that good. I don't know. What do I know? I don't know. That's my video for today. And let me know what you think about those upside down embellishments, because that would just drive me nuts. Thank you for watching, and God bless you this day.